Streets of Rage 4 is a 2D beat 'em up. This is a genre you don't see too much anymore. Last one I played 5+ years ago was Charlie Murder, which is trying to encapsulate the 2010s culture with the cell phones and like it had clothing, whatnot. But this one is going back to that 90s inspired with the music, the art style, and the settings, building upon it with modern mechanics. It is available on all the usual consoles, Windows 10, and you can get it on Game Pass on both PC as well as console. It's been a long time since the last one released. That was back in '94 with Streets of Rage 3. This one is taking place 10 years later, so early 2000s, but came out in 2020, of course. It's a continuation of the story. Now it's the kids of the boss in the last game. So this is the classic set dressing sort of a plot. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. They have this mind control device, but they're trying to explain while you're fighting random people on the streets when you didn't think anything when you're playing this type of game back in the 90s. So it's just to give set dressing an excuse to go around these different urban settings, fighting different random people. Like with other 2D beat 'em ups, you're moving left to right, up and down. You have a punch combo. You can grapple, throw, and do a jump kick. Additions, though, are the combos and special moves. You'll see on the left there's a hit marker showing how many hits we're doing consecutively. This is grouped together, so you have up to 4 people beaten up like these groups at the same time. What these combos do is it creates a green bar in your health, and you can only be replenished by doing standard attacks. If an enemy hits you, then you lose that green bar. So it's a risk-reward thing with that aspect. But this is a really welcome change to break up the monotony of the combat. Not too simple, not too complicated. You have your standard moves based on classic 2D beat 'em ups, but then you have this combo system now too, which has that risk reward where that green bar fills up and then you have to replenish it by doing standard attacks. But there is enough here to keep you engaged in the combat while not detracting you from being overtly complicated. For completionists, they have a rating system at the end of each level based on the time and the difficulty that you pick for each one, but this is something that can be ignored. After completing the game, you can check out the real differences between the characters: power, technique, speed, jump, and stamina. You get a sense of this, though, playing each level, where you can switch the characters each time to pick one, kind of to pick your play style. This is best, though, when you're playing with 2 or more people, because you can have like a strong, slow guy, and you can have a weak, fast guy to break up the groups more easily. It's come a long way, though, graphically. There are the original characters in here, too, from past games that are sprite-based, so you can really appreciate how far the games really have come in general from like sprite-based graphics. Other modes do open up, like a stage select, so you don't have to go one after another in the story mode. There's also a boss rush and a versus mode, which is kind of meh. Plenty of variety in the type of levels, and ones that you would typically see in like an urban setting for a beat 'em up. The prison cell, the coastal docks, the ship, the streets, the dojo, and the kind of mansion towards the end levels, the elevator, the subway car. Pickups, hazards too. You're eating food off the floor, picking up money for points to get extra lives, picking up and throwing weapons, or you can use them standardly. The moves, the combos are built up also. This is something you can ignore. Like, you don't have to bother with the risk reward or trying to do more damage. But once you get sick of just being able to do the standard moves, you throw that in, then the variety really opens up in the types of moves that you can do, given the situation, the type of enemies, how many there are. This really adds variety. Even playing single player, it's a lot of fun, but it really opens up when you play multiplayer. And multiplayer is good. It's 2-player online or 4-player locally, and it ticks my box of being able to play with a random person. You can create a lobby like I'm doing here, someone can join you, or you can search for one and it'll tell you the game type and you're able to join their game. Only negative with this is I wish it was 4-player online, but it is a lot more fun even with 2 people. So hopefully they can add 4-player but online, but I doubt it. I'm bringing this one up because I have heard that there are some glitches or issues with it. but I haven't experienced any. I played this on through Windows 10 through Game Pass, and the only thing I experienced was some slowdown. Everything else, playing online, what happens is if someone leaves, then the game can end, but that's not anything in terms of a glitch or some issue. It's how the game is designed, so no problems. I recommend the game. It's surprisingly fun. Going to past beat 'em ups, they get boring quick because it's the same thing over and over. You have the punch, the throw, the jump kick, and the special move that takes your health away. The combo system and the differences between the characters, along with the multiplayer, though, really gives this game replay value and enjoyment, whether you're playing single player for less or if you're playing with other people. This is an excellent party game. I would suggest doing it through Game Pass if you're playing through single player and you can't really do multiplayer much. You can still do the two-player online, though, and that's the main kicker. Since they have that, there really is the value there. It's worth buying, though, if you're playing this with a group of people in a party, or you're looking to play this long-term just as a game to kind of get into every now and then. It's worth it because there is enough depth there to enjoy it. If you like this video, please give a like, subscribe if you really liked it. If you're picking up on Game Pass, check out the links below on console or PC, and I will see you next time.